My boyfriend scoffed. No offense, but my ex had standards. You should learn something from her. I replied, got it. That night, I made one silent change he never saw coming. The next morning, when he opened his door and saw who was waiting behind me, he stepped back like he'd seen a ghost. I'm Elizabeth, 31, and 2 days ago, my boyfriend told me I should be more like his ex-girlfriend. By the next morning, he discovered exactly what his perfect ex had been hiding from him and why she'd been so eager to help me understand what kind of person he really was. I'd been dating Steven for about 10 months. We met through mutual friends at a birthday party, started talking, exchanged numbers. He was 29, worked in interior design, had this confident energy that I found attractive at first. Things moved quickly. We were exclusive within a month, spending most weekends together, talking about taking a trip somewhere warm the next spring. But around month 6, something shifted. He started making these little comments. My ex would never wear that shirt to dinner. Jamie always knew exactly what wine to order. You should really update your wardrobe. Jamie had such great style. Jamie this, Jamie that, always Jamie. At first I tried to laugh it off. Everyone has a past. Everyone has exes they might remember fondly. But the comments kept coming, getting more pointed, more frequent, and they always painted me as somehow falling short of this Jamie woman's standards. 3 months ago, the comparisons got worse. We'd be at a restaurant, and he'd say, Jamie would have chosen a better place. We'd be watching a movie, and he'd mention how Jamie had better taste. I'd make a joke, and he'd say, Jamie was funnier. It was exhausting. Every interaction became a referendum on how I measured up to his ex. I asked him about it once, about 2 months ago. Why are you still so focused on your ex? If Jamie was so perfect, why did you two break up? He waved it off. It just didn't work out. Timing was wrong. But that doesn't mean she wasn't great. You could learn a lot from her. That stung, but I let it go. I figured he'd eventually stop comparing me to someone who wasn't even in his life anymore. Except Jamie was still in his life. Sort of. I discovered this about a month ago when I saw texts on his phone, not snooping. He left it on the couch when he went to the bathroom and a notification popped up. Miss you. Coffee soon? From Jamie. When he came back, I asked about it. You're still in touch with your ex? We're friends. Is that a problem? I guess not. But you talk about her constantly, and now you're texting about meeting up. Elizabeth, you're being insecure. Jamie and I are over. We're just friends. Mature people can do that. I dropped it, but something felt off. 2 nights ago, everything came to a head. We were at his apartment. He was cooking dinner, and I was helping prep vegetables. I'd picked up wine on the way over. Nothing fancy, just a decent bottle from the store. He looked at it and sighed. This is what you brought? Yeah, it's the same kind we had last time. You said you liked it. It's fine. It's just, no offense, but my ex had standards. Jamie would have brought something more thoughtful. You should learn something from her. I stopped chopping. You want me to be more like your ex? I'm just saying she put effort into things. She cared about quality. You just grab whatever's convenient. I grabbed a bottle of wine you said you enjoyed. That's somehow not good enough? Don't be defensive. I'm trying to help you improve. Something snapped in me. Not anger exactly, more like clarity. This man had been comparing me to his ex for months, telling me I wasn't good enough, that I should be more like Jamie, and I was just accepting it. Got it, I said calmly. I'll work on that. He smiled, satisfied. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. We ate dinner, watched TV. He fell asleep on the couch around 10 p.m. I sat there thinking about what he'd said, about all the months of comments, about the fact that he was still texting his ex while telling me I needed to be more like her. Around 11 p.m., I did something impulsive. I pulled up Facebook and searched for Jamie, found her easily. Steven had mentioned her last name enough times that I knew it. Jamie Morrison's profile was mostly public. I sent her a message. Hey, this is random, but I'm dating your ex, Steven. He talks about you constantly, compares me to you all the time. I'm curious, why did you two actually break up? He says it was timing, but I'm getting the sense there's more to the story. I didn't expect a response, especially not that late. Nothing came that night. I went home, barely slept, kept checking my phone. Saturday morning around 10, still nothing. I figured she wasn't going to respond. Why would she? She probably wanted nothing to do with Steven's drama. Then around 2 in the afternoon, my phone buzzed. This message is weird. I don't even know you. Why would I talk about my ex with his new girlfriend? Fair point. I wrote back, I know it's weird, but he's been telling me for months I should be more like you. I just need to know if I'm losing my mind or if there's something real here. 10 minutes, 20, nothing. Then, look, I don't want any part of whatever's going on between you two, but I will say this. If Steven's comparing you to me constantly, that should tell you something. He did the same thing to me with his ex before me. That's all I'm saying. Good luck. I stared at that message for a solid minute. Wait, he compared you to someone else the whole time you were together? Long pause. Then, yeah. The whole relationship made me feel like I was never good enough. I don't want to get into it, but if that's what he's doing to you, get out now. Trust me. Can we meet? Just coffee. I need to understand what I'm dealing with. I really don't think that's a good idea. Please, one conversation. I've been going insane for months, thinking something's wrong with me. Nothing for an hour. I thought I'd pushed too hard. Then, fine. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. There's a diner called Mel's on Riverside. I'll give you 30 minutes. That's it. And if Steven finds out about this, I'm done. I don't need his drama back in my life. Steven woke up around midnight, groggy. I'm going to bed. You staying over? No. I've got an early morning thing tomorrow. I'll head out. Okay. Text me when you get home. I left, drove home, texted him that I was safe, and lay in bed thinking about what Jamie might tell me. Update 1. Sunday morning. I got there at 8:50. Jamie wasn't there yet. I sat in a corner booth, ordered coffee, waited. 9:15, still nothing. I thought she'd bailed. Then she walked in, looked around like she was checking if anyone followed her. She saw me, walked over, didn't sit down. This stays between us. If Steven finds out I talked to you, I'm done with this conversation. Clear. She sat down, ordered coffee, wouldn't make eye contact at first. So, she said finally, he's doing it again. Doing what? The comparison thing, making you feel like you're not good enough compared to some perfect ex who doesn't actually exist. That's exactly what he's been doing. She laughed, but it sounded bitter. Yeah, he did it to me for a year. Every single day I heard about his ex before me, how she dressed better, made more money, had better taste. I spent the whole relationship trying to measure up to some ghost. Why didn't you just leave? Because he makes you think it's your fault. Like if you just tried harder, you'd be good enough. By the time I realized it was messed up, I'd wasted a year. What made you finally leave? She looked uncomfortable. I started noticing other things. Little lies, stories that didn't add up. He'd say he was one place. I'd find out he was somewhere else. Money stuff that seemed off. I never got hard proof of anything, but it was enough. I confronted him. He flipped it around like I was the crazy one, and I was just done. Do you think he cheated? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Does it matter? The point is he's toxic, and if he's doing to you what he did to me, you need to leave. Did you ever find out anything about the ex he kept comparing you to? She shifted in her seat. Yeah, actually. After we broke up, I ran into a mutual friend. Asked about her. Turns out Steven was the one who messed up that relationship, not her. I don't know details, but the friend said Steven did something that ended it badly, then rewrote history to make her sound perfect so he could use her as a weapon. We talked for maybe 45 minutes. She wasn't comfortable, kept checking her phone, kept saying she needed to leave. Finally, she sighed. Look, I've told you what I know. What are you going to do? I need to end it, but I can't just ghost him after 10 months. So break up with him. I want to confront him. I want him to know that I talked to you, that I know what he's been doing. She stood up immediately. Then do that, but leave me out of it. I'm serious. Don't mention my name. Don't tell him we met. I don't want him showing up at my place or blowing up my phone. What if you were there when I confront him? She stared at me like I'd lost my mind. Are you kidding me? No, absolutely not. I'm not getting pulled back into his mess. He needs to see that I didn't make this up, that you confirmed everything. Not my problem. I gave you 30 minutes. That's all I owe you. She walked out, left money on the table for her coffee. I sat there feeling like I'd hit a wall. I drove around for an hour trying to figure out what to do. Then I texted her. I get it. Thanks for meeting me. But if you change your mind about being there when I talk to him, let me know. I think he needs to hear it from both of us. No response. I went home and spent the rest of Sunday trying to figure out how to break up with Steven without it turning into a screaming match. Monday morning, my phone buzzed. Elizabeth, I can't believe I'm saying this, but screw it. I'll be there. Not because I want to, but because he needs to stop doing this to people. When? Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. His apartment. I'll be there at 10:15. You go in first. I'll knock. But I'm only staying long enough to tell him what I told you. Then I'm out. And after this, we're done. I don't want follow-up. I don't want to be friends. I just want to move on. Deal. Deal. Update 2. Tuesday morning at 10 a.m., I knocked on Stephen's door. My hands were shaking. I'd barely slept. He answered in pajamas, surprised. Elizabeth, I thought you were coming over this afternoon. Change of plans. Can I come in? Sure, but I'm not dressed yet. That's fine. This won't take long. I walked into his living room. He followed, looking confused. Is everything okay? I met with Jamie, your ex. His face went from confused to pale to angry in about 2 seconds. You what? I reached out to her, asked why you really broke up. You had no right to do that. She told me you did the same thing to her that you've been doing to me. Compared her to your ex the whole time you were together. Made her feel like she wasn't good enough. That's bullshit. Is it? Because it matches exactly what you've been doing to me for 10 months. Jamie is a liar. She's still bitter about our breakup and she's trying to turn you against me. She didn't want to talk to me at first. I had to convince her. She didn't want anything to do with your drama. Then why did she... There was a knock at the door. Who the hell is that? He snapped. That's Jamie. I asked if she'd be willing to tell you what she told me. You are kidding me right now. You brought her here, to my apartment? I walked to the door and opened it. Jamie stood there, looking like she regretted every decision that led to this moment. Stephen's reaction wasn't freezing. It was immediate rage. Get out. Both of you. Get out of my apartment right now. Jamie held up her hands. I'm just here to say one thing. I don't want to hear anything from you. You have no right to be here. Stephen, you did to Elizabeth exactly what you did to me. You made her feel like she wasn't enough. Get out, he shouted. I spent a year listening to you compare me to your ex every single day, and now you're doing it to her. That's not normal. He was screaming now. Grabbed a mug off the table. For a second, I thought he might throw it. Jamie backed toward the door. I'm leaving, but Elizabeth deserves to know what she's dealing with. Oh, Elizabeth deserves to know, he shouted. How about Elizabeth deserves to know that you're a manipulative piece of trash trying to ruin my relationship because you can't move on? I have moved on. You're the one who texted me 2 weeks ago saying you missed me? That was friendly, he snapped. It wasn't friendly. You wanted to keep me as a backup. Same way you're probably keeping Elizabeth as a backup for whoever comes next. He threw the mug, not at Jamie, but at the wall next to the door. It shattered on impact. Jamie flinched, then turned and walked out fast. Didn't look back. I stood there, frozen. Stephen was shaking now, his anger collapsing into tears in seconds. How could you do this to me? He cried. How could you bring her here? You spent 10 months telling me I wasn't good enough. I was trying to help you improve. By comparing me to someone you treated the same way? That's not... She's lying. She's not. He started screaming again, sobbing, pointing at the door. Get out. Just get out. I left. I heard him slam the door behind me so hard the whole hallway shook. Update 3. I sat in my car, shaking. That was way worse than I thought it would be. Jamie texted. That was awful. I'm blocking him. Don't contact me again. Good luck. That was it. No friendship, no closure. She was done. My phone started blowing up. Stephen. Calls, texts, voicemails. I didn't answer any of them. The messages cycled through everything. You're a psycho. I can't believe you ambushed me like that. Jamie is lying about everything. She's manipulating you. I'm sorry. Can we please talk? I didn't mean to make you feel bad. You violated my trust. You contacted my ex behind my back. That's insane. Please answer. I love you. We can work through this. Fuck you. You and Jamie deserve each other. Over and over, for hours. I didn't respond. I turned off my phone and tried to process what had just happened. The next day I sent one email. You spent 10 months making me feel like I wasn't enough. I'm done. Then I blocked him everywhere. Final update. It's been 5 weeks. I haven't talked to Stephen since. He's blocked on everything. Jamie never responded to any follow-up messages. I tried once to say thank you, but she didn't reply. I get it. She didn't want to be part of this. She did me a favor and moved on. I heard through a mutual friend that Stephen's telling people I conspired with his ex to attack him. Says I'm unstable and jealous. The friend who told me seemed skeptical, though. Said Stephen's version of events didn't quite add up. I'm not dating anyone. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out if I handled that right. Part of me thinks it was necessary. Part of me thinks I just wanted to hurt him the way he hurt me. Maybe both are true. What I know for sure is this: I spent 10 months feeling inadequate. And one conversation with Jamie, messy and uncomfortable as it was, showed me it was never about me. I learned that when someone constantly compares you to their ex, it's about control. I learned that standards can be a weapon. And I learned that sometimes you need confirmation from someone who's been through it to trust your own instincts. I'm Elizabeth, 31, single, still processing, and I don't regret reaching out to Jamie, even if it ended badly. That's enough.